Welcome back, everyone. I think that we're going to go with the name Paul's Rambles for these kinds of videos. After the last video I made, the little update video, I kind of was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to make these kind of videos more often, but I would also like to still maybe make some Paul perspective videos every so often. So just keep in mind that they could still happen, so I just don't want everyone to panic and think that they're never going to happen again, but I just don't think that they're going to be extremely common. It's probably going to be more of these kind of videos more than the other ones. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about today. Today, I really want to talk about the Monster Hunter Wilds beta. So they just had an open beta this past weekend, and I got to play a little bit of it. I didn't get to play as much of it as I wanted to, but I do plan on playing the next time the beta comes out. Well, maybe. I'm going to get into that in a moment. But basically, Monster Hunter Wilds comes out, I believe, on February 28th, which is not far from now. I'm recording this on February 11th, so we are only like 2-3 weeks out at this point. So I'm very excited to play it. I don't know how much time people put into this beta, but I only got to play maybe a couple of monsters. I didn't really do a whole lot in the game. I also kind of skipped a lot of the story stuff. I just think I'm already going to be buying the game. I'm already going to be playing it. I don't really want to watch all this story stuff. I'll watch it when I play the full game. I already pre-ordered it actually on Steam, so I'm pretty excited to play this game. But I just kind of want to go over my initial thoughts on this game. So just briefly for context, I'm no Monster Hunter expert. I've only recently really gotten into the series. I've been playing Monster Hunter World. Very good game, by the way. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's very, very fun. But I did in the past play Monster Hunter Rise, and I did play a little bit of Generations, was it Ultimate on Switch? It was fun. I liked Rise a lot, but I wasn't crazy about Generations personally. It felt very archaic in its design. But that's okay, because I guess that's kind of how Monster Hunter's design is, which is why I'm extremely excited for Wilds. Wilds feels like Monster Hunter actually evolving. While World was a huge step up from the previous titles, from what I could tell, Wilds feels like it's just expanding that even further, making even more expansive areas. It looks way more next gen too, by the way. I mean, my God, Wilds is gorgeous. And my PC, which can run most games at 1440p, it can't really run this game that well. And when I say that well, I mean it runs at a stable 40, 30 FPS, but it does not keep a steady 60. It just does not. That's the first thing I'll say. I kind of wish that it was a little more accessible for people that don't have the best performing PCs, but it's still cool that they're trying to make this a lot more next gen than the previous titles. I will say from the gameplay here, it's Monster Hunter. It's great. It feels really freaking good. And I also think that, and maybe this is controversial, I know some Monster Hunter fans are going to come at me for this, but I seriously feel like the gameplay from World, it feels a little janky at times. And I gotta say, from what I've played of Wilds, which, like I said, it was very little, it feels a lot less janky. It feels a lot more polished. And I really, really like that. I think they did a phenomenal job so far with Wilds. I got to fight I fought 3 monsters. I forgot what the exact names were. There was 2 new ones and 1 old one. He was the frog guy. I forgot his name. But yeah, I don't really remember what the monsters' names are. Once again, I'm not a Monster Hunter expert. Please don't come at me. You're going to see it in the footage. But yeah, I had a lot of fun fighting these monsters. The frog guy was really fun to fight. He was from previous Monster Hunter games. I do remember him. Very, very fun fight. Very, very easy. But that's okay, because he's the first monster you really fight. So he's kind of like a Kuluyaku, which I love Kuluyaku. He's one of my favorite monsters. But he's just so goofy. But yeah, so that was a pretty easy fight. But then there's the dog guys. I once again forgot their name. They are a little more tricky, in my opinion, and that's okay. You have to separate them from their pack, and then you have to fight the alpha. I'm not sure if this is how other fights work. Once Once again, not a Monster Hunter expert, but you have to separate the alpha from its pack, and then you can safely fight it, because if you try fighting the alpha while its pack is still around it, you are going to get shredded. I tried that. It does not work. You definitely want to separate it from its pack. And then there was these like sandworm guys. They're new. I know they're new to the series. They're really, really fun to fight, in my opinion. I think it's kind of annoying trying to wait to fight them, like, because they go under the ground and you have to wait for them to pop back up. But when they're up on the ground, they're actually fighting you. Oh my god, it feels so good. It's so much fun to fight these guys. As for the weapons I used in this little demo, I know I used the hammer, I used the switch axe, and I used the longsword / katana. I really like these 3 weapons. They're usually my go-to when I'm playing Monster Hunter games, especially the switch axe. Switch axe is my favorite weapon to use. I also did use the light gun, the light bow, I think it's called. It was alright. I kind of thought it was a little boring using that. I'm not really a big fan of the ranged weapons because you're not really like doing anything with the ranged weapons. Maybe I'm missing something, but I think that the light gun or the light bow was still fun to use. It was nice for spacing, like if you had to run away. Speaking of which, in Wilds, you can have more than 1 weapon at a time, which is really cool because instead of riding a Palamute like in Rise, you ride a secret. That's what they're called. They kind of look like, they're like little chocobo guys. I really like them. They're pretty cute. I think the Palamutes are still cuter. I'm just going to say it. But I do got to say the secrets are a lot more useful. They have an auto run, so they can follow your light bugs. I forgot what they're called. It's like the trail that leads you to the next monster wherever you pin. They have like an auto run feature, which is pretty cool. They hold your second weapon, which is really cool. This is the first time in the series, as far as I'm aware, that you can have 2 weapons at once. So you no longer have to be like, okay, I'm going to have 1 weapon and then I have to fight them. And oh, wait, I actually wish I had this weapon on me. Now you can have 2 weapons on you. And I think that's just so damn cool. It's just such a good feature. Like I said, the secrets were very fun to use. They're really fast, really useful. Yeah, no, they're really cool. And I was really having fun with the hammer. I thought the hammer it might be honestly a little more fun than the switch axe, but I'm still a switch axe main at the end of the day. So, because switch axe it's just so versatile, man. I love the switch axe. But yeah, from what I've played of Wilds, I really like everything so far. The cooking is also different. I thought that was kind of cool. Firstly, you do the normal song thing or whatever. Oh, was it the normal song thing? It's not exactly the same. Instead of like doing like a rotisserie, you are like grilling the like ribs, and then you have to flip them over, and then you flip them over again. Then you click the B button to roast, and then that's how you get a well done steak or well done meat. It's a really cool animation, actually. I really like that they changed it. But yeah, no, this was a very, very fun little dive into Wilds. I will be playing the game when it comes out. I already have it pre-ordered, as I've already said. And I've been playing through World. I'm going to try and beat World before Wilds officially releases, because like I said, I haven't really... The only game I beat was Rise. And even then, I don't remember a lot from Rise. I just remember really liking it. I like the wire bugs and all that stuff. But Wilds definitely it's a huge, huge step up for the series, and I'm very, very excited to check this game out when it comes out. But I said this at the beginning, I'm going to bring this point up about open betas. This is just a general thing. Open betas are great, because you get to try out a game before it actually comes out, so if you don't know if you're going to like it, it's kind of like a demo, basically. But for me, open betas, unless you get to carry over your save data, and if I know I'm going to play the game, I normally don't want to play the beta, because then when you're playing the beta, you're like, shit, well, I mean, I'm going to be playing the same thing when I get the actual game, and it's going to leave you hanging, and that's how I feel with Wilds right now, is because now I have to wait for the beta to open back up next weekend, and it's a little frustrating with betas, but I think it's cool that they're at least offering a beta for people who are interested. But yeah, I'm very excited to play this game, and I hope everybody else is too. I might make a Pulse perspective on this game, like as I was saying at the beginning. That's kind of why I was alluding to that, because I kind of want to make a video on Wilds, or maybe even World. Though I don't really have any footage for World, so that kind of sucks. But I'll try and get some footage for Wild so I can actually make a full Paul perspective maybe in the future. But anyway, yeah, so Wilds was great, and I'm excited to play the full game once it releases. And yeah, so anyway, I'm going to leave off with that. I hope you guys enjoy these new videos. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep it at least weekly. So I'll see you in the next one.